Space coconut.
Alright, yes, yeah, did you just want one? Or, because I was just gonna do a quick summary of most of these things, really. I wasn't gonna go on a 10-minute rant about everything.
Pick one. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you want to talk about, and then we'll spend like 10 to 15 talking about that.
Alright, cool. Yeah. I'm Gaffy. I play mostly killer on the Australian and New Zealand regions of Dead by Daylight. I have currently 600 hours. I don't do solo queue because, well, as Survivor, because, oh god, I can't even imagine doing that just on a frequent basis. I was talking about... Not going to talk about Almo because you said that before. We weren't going to start a hate thing for him. Yeah. Yeah.
It's too easy.
Yeah. I have a power struggle because I've been using that a lot as well, and I thought that was something that was going to be a massive issue, but using it myself, it's only good in specific scenarios, of course, because when you're downed in a pallet, if you have someone else on comms, you can just make the killer bait around them, around the pallet for like a good 20 seconds while you have flip-flop and unbreakable recovering in that. And when your the other person leaves, you can just get yourself back out with flip-flop because you already have that wiggle progress.
Right.
So just pallet saving yourself while downed, I use that myself a lot, and that's just like, really? I honestly don't know why they hadn't thought of that pre-hand.
So you're talking about people can get out with flip-flop even without slamming the pallet because if in that situation, if they're using it to get the progress, that's what you're saying?
No, a power struggle, you need the 25 wiggle progress to use it. But
and you can gain the wiggle progress.
Already. So when the killer picks you up, you can just drop the pallet straight away.
I think
I've been using it on other killers.
I thought the devs implemented a thing where you can't drop the pallet if you're actively wiggling, something like that, or is that just a bug?
That's a bug, actually. You just have to
I think you can
spam space when you get picked up at the pallet, and you just drop it straight away. It's a really dumb perk. I don't know how they didn't think of that.
Okay,
I'm actually not surprised they didn't, to be honest.
So I haven't run into it yet. I ran into more flip-flops than anything else, but the way I was thinking about it, well, I don't like it, and I think it's annoying. I don't think it's such a big deal because it can be avoidable, depending. Like, if a survivor is at a pallet for too long, and you suspect them of having it, you can let them get rescued, and if you time it right, you can down them again, and then their wiggle progress is at 0.
Yeah.
So depending on it has some counterplay, some wiggle room around that, but you're right, it's not a very good perk because like Kaylin was saying, it can cut the carry time from 13 to 17 seconds, and you might not have enough time to get to a hook anyway, even if you don't have power struggle available.
The pallet, yeah, exactly.
So how do you think
still lets you do that as well?
How would you improve it? How would you make it better?
Well, it was supposed to be released as a single use, but when I've been using it, I've been able to use it up to 2 to 3 times a game when I've been getting the opportunities.
I think it was mentioned
specifically at pallets.
I think it was mentioned before that you're allowed to use it multiple times, that the single use was during the PTB. I remember seeing the text for it, and then that single use text is no longer on the live version. So I think they changed it.
Because on the PTB, it was apparently a bug. Because with the text, it said it's only supposed to be usable once. And then when it moved to live, they just removed that, and you can use it as much as you want.
And then they still nerfed the other one. What is that, coup de grace?
Yes, because that was very overpowered, wasn't it?
So in regards to power struggle and those sort of perks, how do you think they could improve? Like what can we change about it other than replacing the dev team?
Well, first off, make Power Struggle either 1 or 2 uses per match, I think. Or you have to gain that wiggle progress whilst being carried by the killer. Like, they just fixed it that you can't get it from using flip-flop on the ground. Is what I think they should also do.
It's not a
Like,
bad
playing
idea.
killer myself, I've only had Power Struggle happen to me once when someone was on the ground. Because I think it can only really be used in communicated, like, swifts, as I just go down in a pallet on purpose, then I have someone else near me already that I'm talking to. I just make them bait the killer around the pallet for like a good 10 seconds while I'm recovering on the ground with Unbreakable. And then
How
once I
many?
reach half progress, Flip Flop will already be ready with Power Struggle. And once they
Mhm.
leave, killer picks me up, then I just get myself up with the pallet. They clearly didn't think when they introduced this perk.
I think they were thinking. They just, I don't. Okay, when I say that they were
They
thinking,
didn't realize the combo was Flip Flop. They didn't test it at
mm,
all, probably.
no, and I think that it ties into their quality assurance process because, like somebody was saying before that, or I think it was even you, talking about or somebody, that during their testing they didn't jump in a locker while facing the twins. Come on, space. Caleb is telling me that they never think, but they're testing these things, but they're not testing them thoroughly enough to come up with some of the most simple counters or the simplest situations that people are going to run into. And this one and the locker thing with the twins really shows that, and it's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, and the bug of just like either they just left it in on purpose, or they didn't even realize that twins Victor can just hit people in lockers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Yeah.
had somebody injured with the twins before. They jumped in a locker with DS, and I just thought, oh, okay, I'll just get Victor out and hit you with the hit you through the locker,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think
and then leave them bleeding on the ground because I'm not picking them up with DS.
yeah, and I think you literally just said that you can attack them in the lockers.
Yeah. And if you latch onto them when they're healthy, they just get stuck in the locker. Terrico actually made a video showing that they just got stuck in the locker on Ironworks.
Yeah, Terrico
And
in the chat, he says he tested the twins live for one match and he saw that they were broken.
yeah, I think that was his first match that he showed. Like he had somebody healthy and it just got stuck in the locker. They couldn't leave. When he searched the locker, it just gave him an empty searching animation. It was,
and I think that ties into another thing in your list is just the QA of the game, that they still released this thing. And I think a lot of people, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people are kind of just questioning why they went through releasing it, which is a really good question to be asking, I think.
yeah, going through, obviously no prior testing or anything was done. For example, releasing it and now Legion moves still at 4.6 during his frenzy. Like his power is nearly useless.
Bubba too, his movement speed doesn't decrease either. Yep. Quality work from Behavior. We haven't come to expect anything less though.
I mean,
well,
not really, since they're prioritizing skins right now, since it's being December.
Mm-hmm. I really do wish that they would take some time away from the DLCs and the cosmetics and stuff to focus on fixing the game. But
yeah, like everyone just keeps saying, just stop making new content for a little bit, do a health chapter like Rainbow Six Siege did, and their game got way better, and just fix everything. It would be so much better.
Yes,
just do
please.
some but they're just too concerned with new content and making it even more buggy.
We have no idea why. We have no, and one of the things people are forgetting or don't know is that Behavior isn't a publicly traded business. There are no stockholders that they have to report to. There's the owner, whose name is Remy Racine, who owns Behavior and can tell them to, hey, let's do a health thing instead, but he doesn't. So Who knows? That guy likes to play golf. He doesn't play games, apparently.
Wait, so that's the owner actually saying we should do a health chapter and they're not even listening to him?
No, I don't think he has. I'm just saying he should say that because he's the owner and they don't have to report to stockholders. Oh, they do.
Not
Oh,
gonna lie,
Caleb says.
I don't think he really actually listens about
Yeah.
what's going on in his game or even plays it. He just wants
I
money.
might have been mistaken. Caleb here, he says they do have stockholders, but the stockholders are private. So, I don't understand business as well as I think I do. But hey, man, thanks for talking about that. Thanks for sharing that with us. And,
yeah, all good.
I don't know. Is there any parting words of wisdom you want to share with everybody? That beautifully said.
You and Jericho keep making your good talk because I know he's in the chat. You two keep making your very good content. Only two good YouTubers for this game, or nearly. Odds True Challenge and Scott. Obviously, they're very good. Tofu as well, because they're from a gameplay side. Just to be better.
Yeah, coconut sucks.
You two are more on the Tofu. No, but also massive thanks for not putting the new code in a 15-minute video like other people are doing. You just put it as a community post and we just get the code.
I'm actually having fun with that. Stream. Yeah, I'm actually having fun with that, and Jesus. I don't know if it was deliberate or on purpose or whatever, but did you notice that there were no videos with that code after that?
Yeah, that is true. Actually,
nobody made a video after that. So I don't want to take credit for that, but it was probably because of me. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, man. You take care. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. I'm actually enjoying these. This is kind of enjoying. This is enjoyable.